The mainstream gaming press is completely lying to you about Crimson Desert. If you logged onto social media or checked the gaming news in the weeks following the launch, you probably saw a wave of clickbait articles screaming about a catastrophic retention crisis. They posted lazy screenshots of the Steam charts showing the player count dropping at 3 in the morning, as if the fact that human beings sleep at night was somehow a damning indictment of a game's performance. The initial numbers were undeniably massive. The game peaked at 276,261 concurrent players on Steam, placing it in the absolute upper tier of RPG launches in recent memory. But peak launch numbers are almost meaningless as a long-term indicator because every hyped game spikes on day 1. The real question has always been what your game looks like on day 60. And on day 60, Crimson Desert looked like nothing anyone had ever seen before in this genre. The game held a massive, steady floor of over 134,000 concurrent players. Think about the magnitude of that for a single-player open-world RPG with no multiplayer, no battle pass, and no live service hooks designed to manufacture daily login incentives. It was actively outperforming massive, dedicated multiplayer titles on the exact same day, outpacing games like Marvel Rivals, Arc Raiders, and Battlefield 6. To put that statistical reality in context, look at what happens to standard single-player releases. A major title like Resident Evil Requiem hit an incredible ceiling at launch, but within a month, its peak traffic dropped by over 96%, falling to under 13,000 players. That is the standard industry trajectory. Crimson Desert completely broke that curve. It landed at a floor that other single-player games only see during their launch weekend, and it has been holding that floor ever since. This historic player retention isn't a fluke. It is the direct product of a development philosophy from Pearl Abyss that genuinely shocked the gaming community. Instead of shifting into basic maintenance mode or disappearing to work on a distant expansion, the studio entered a full-scale post-launch development sprint. In less than 3 months, they have shipped nearly 10 major updates. These aren't minor hotfixes or cosmetic patches. These are substantive overhauls built directly from player feedback. They added 3 full difficulty tiers to give players total control over the combat challenge. They completely reworked the companion system, giving characters like Damian and Unka powerful new combat skills that match the power tier of Force Palm and Axiom Force. They fixed the inventory system by introducing 4 specialized storage structures across Pywell. They expanded the endgame reblockade system with brand new battle and reconstruct stages, added a boss rematch feature for high-tier build testing, and introduced the Wyvern mount and new mini-games. When their original launch roadmap ran out in June, they didn't take a breath. They immediately dropped an ambitious new roadmap stretching through September, introducing story coherence improvements, cross-save support across PC and consoles, and the official confirmation of a massive story DLC currently in active development. In a genre where post-launch silence is the norm, this level of commitment is extraordinary. But if you want to know what Crimson Desert is going to look like in 5 or 10 years, you don't look at the current patch notes. You look at Black Desert Online, because that is 10 years of documented evidence proving what Pearl Abyss does when they commit to a world they built. Black Desert Online has been running for over a decade, and it is still incredibly active, patching weekly and pushing out massive content updates. They just introduced Seraph, the 31st playable class in the game, alongside the massive new Edania region expansion north of Valencia. The instincts to treat player retention as a long-term relationship rather than a launch window metric are baked directly into this studio's DNA. And you can feel that exact design philosophy when you step away from the spreadsheets and actually live inside Pywell. There are 2 ways to design an open world. The first way, which has dominated AAA design for a decade, is to fill a massive map with visible icons and waypoints. Go here for a chest, go there for a camp. It creates a shallow checklist that stops offering anything the second you clear the icons. The second way is to build a world that exists independently of whether the player is looking at it. To hide deep secrets that reward curiosity without advertising them. Pywell was built the second way. With over 150 hours in this game, I can tell you that true exploration here has no destination. It's about following a ridgeline because the lighting looks interesting, or pushing through an unmarked crack in a cliff wall and discovering a massive, unmapped underground chamber with its own ecosystem of enemies and a legendary tier sword sitting at the end of it. This independent world depth explains another major statistic that the mainstream press completely misread. When achievement data revealed that under 5% of all players had obtained the trophy for finishing the main campaign, the media claimed it was a player retention crisis. But they completely missed the point. The data shows that 80% of the player base is still actively inside Pywell before the story's midpoint. They are treating the world as the destination rather than rushing down a narrative highway to a finish line. They are decorating their housing, farming the reblockade system, hunting down legendary weapons in hidden caves, and playing purely on their own terms. What looked like a problem to outside analysts is actually a massive victory. The community is actively telling the developers that they want a sandbox experience, and the upcoming roadmap artworks are shifting directly in that direction. When you look at the blueprint of timeless RPGs, the signs pointing toward Crimson Desert's longevity are the strongest I have ever seen this early in a game's life cycle. It has the baseline freedom and flexibility of Skyrim, the uncompromising world excellence of The Witcher 3, and the relentless update machine of Pearl Abyss. They are not managing a commercial window and planning an exit, they are building a world they intend to support for a decade. That's my breakdown. If you have been sleeping on this game, this is your sign to jump in. If you are already deep in Pyrewall and you see exactly what I am talking about, let me know in the comments below. How many hours are you sitting at right now? And what is the most insane hidden secret you found that the game never told you was there? Drop it below, hit that subscribe button for more, and I will see you in the next one.